Hello. There we are. I don't know if anybody's on here live or whatever. Give it a second. I had a hard time getting on. Couldn't find the group. Anyway, here we are. I hope everyone's enjoying the weather. Summer is here. We had a lovely storm this way today. Oops, that's what I forgot. And of course, with this wonderful weather, I get some wonderful migraines, but you learn to live with them, I guess. So, hi Kim, how are you? Yeah, I went digging through my stash, and that's my goal this year, is to use up what I have and not buy too much paper. Famous last words. And these are, what is it, Echo Park from 2017 summer stuff. So, yeah, I still have some stuff around. Yeah, so, anyway, use up our stash and see what we do. Anyway, we are here. I just realized I forgot to put dots on my card. We can do that afterwards. How's the weather been out where everyone is? Oh, muggy? Oh, yeah. Alaska. Hello, Michelle. How is the weather in Alaska? I'm heading to Vancouver to visit some, meeting up with some girlfriends, and we're flying out to visit another friend out in Vancouver in beginning of August. We were all together about 2009, so these are friends of mine from high school. I've known them since high school and public school, some of them. So one girl, I haven't seen her for probably about 30 years, but we've been talking on the phone just like whatever. So yeah, thanks, Kim. Thank you very much. Yes, it's my anniversary. Beautiful weather. Yeah, it looks lovely. So one day Alaska's on my what do you call it? My bucket list. So anyway, so today I am doing the image of my stamp. I decided to do the oh boy, the penguin stamp that I had not inked up yet. Penguin Paradise. I've had it sitting there for a while, and I thought, oh, I'm going to break the seal on it and use it. So, yeah, I got it before I was on the design team. So, yes. Anyway, so what I want to do is color up a really simple image. I chose, I think it's the mum and the penguin. Mum penguin and the baby just to go to the beach. And I just put on the inside, let's chill for the sentiment. And I used Ocean Opulence to match my blue-green paper. And, yeah, just a simple set of coloring, simple directions for the card. And Kim just put Penguin Paradise on for 40% off. Thank you. Yeah, so it's pretty flexible, and the images color up pretty easily. I was thinking about making a fancy step card with, you know, like this one on the front and then these guys behind, maybe have the wave at the very back. So that'll be on my next challenge that I do for me. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is make this card simple. It's a regular A2 size card, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. This panel measures 4 by 1 3/4. This measures 4 by 1 3/4. The center panel is 4 by 1 1/2. I stamped this with Kimmie Wicked Black and colored it up with my Copics. Cut it out using a die I used a 2¼ inch approximately square, and then my mat's about 2½ inches. Simple, and then put my sentiment on the inside. You always stamp your sentiment up here. You can attach it however you want, whatever works. I added some glossy accents for the eyes. Actually, I put, I used a glimmer brush, whatever, I can't think of the name of it now. So I used a glimmer brush on my dots, in the purse, and on the glasses, and then I thought, well, I've got the glitter on the glasses, and I also put glossy accents on top to sort of give them a glitter, sparkle, shine sort of thing. So anyway, here we go. I will do my image. I have them already stamped and ready to go. Oops, I use this one. Yeah, so here we are. I will zoom down, I guess. If I lose it, I apologize. Sometimes it's easier to have your images pre-stamped, and then that way you're good. Okay, so that looks okay. I forgot to ask, is volume and everything good for everybody? I hope, I'm sure. Okay, so first things first. I just basically use the colors that would match for my papers. Wanted to use them a little bit on the lighter side. And then I thought with the penguin, I thought, well, he's going to be, the penguin's tummies are usually white, but I thought, considering the color, I thought I would try and make him a little on the creamy white color. So that's what I did. So how about we do the bellies first and find everything. It's always so easy when you start it and you can't remember what you did. So anyway, I'm trying to find all my colors. So I've got, for my tummy, I apologize if I'm a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? A little bit scatterbrained. There we go. So, for this tummy, what I did, 30, right? Yes. What I used was E51, E50, and YR30. So, I'll start off with E51, which is this one. And I have the child markers, so I don't have caps that have anything on them. So is this going to work okay, I wonder? Gotta change my glasses. Of course I do. Alrighty. So I'll just come across here a little bit. So there's my E51 on this one. 2 E50. Oops. Oops, sorry. And then YR30. And I'll just color it all and smooth it all out with this. Okay. And then I'll go in and do the face with the E51. And then E50 again. And E50. And then to the YR30. And then I'm going to do my little guy as well. E51. And I will do his whole thing. E51 to E50. Hi, Ellie. How are you? YR30. Just to finish it off and smooth it all out. Alrighty. So that's their bellies. And with the gray blacks for their bodies, I decided to go with my warm grays. Reason just because nothing really, no real, you know, whatever. So I thought I'd give it a different color to it rather than going to my neutrals, and that ivory color is a little bit warm. Okay, hi, Tamara. So I think this is the one I use. Yes, I use W4, and I'm going to go in here, and I didn't have a lot of gray to color, just little bits and pieces. Well, that's too hot. My light just went out. I'm going to leave that off just because my light's pretty warm, so I'll turn it back on in a bit. W4. I'll go to a W2. Oops. I'll go back to a W4. Get away the arm. W2. Hi, Carol. Anybody getting storms out where you are? We've had a couple. Well, we've had a nice stormy pre-dinner time, so. W2, I'm going to go to a W1. So I apologize if my internet is slow out here too, so there. I think I'm going to have to add a little more dirt to that because it's just not quite. I'm going to add a little more W4 to that just because I want a little more, a little bit darker. There we go. And then W2. Oh no, Carol, that's awful. Are you up in Barrie then? And that Yeah, nothing, knock on wood, nothing major here yet. So it's just been, the weather is the weather, right? So W4. And then a little W. No, 2. There we go. Southern Saskatchewan, oh my goodness. Well, I hope everyone in your family's okay there, Carol. Like I said, years ago in Ontario, there was that tornado that went through Barrie. And we didn't live in Barrie, but we lived up just outside Lindsay. And we got the tail end of it. And it was pretty scary stuff, I tell you. You don't think about it, but it was. Okay, now the little guy's hat. Sun hat, I'm using BG45 in the shade. And so because it's just so small, I find, like I said myself, there's just, just a tiny, tiny bit of color. So BG45 and then BG01. And the beach ball, I'm just going to do it monochromatic. BG49, BG45, and then BG01. Oh my goodness, no, they would not be fun. Yeah, we had a microburst in our backyard when we were living in Curtis, and it was amazing. We had a great big huge split rail, not gate, but like sort of like a gate walkway through our garden, and arch, I guess it was. And this microburst picked it up, threw it about 20 feet across the backyard, and it split. And yet there was a couple of other things that were sitting there. Nothing happened to them. So, yeah. YG25 for the purse. And I'm just going to do a few little dots here. Yeah, it was kind of scary. So when they say you hear a train, boy, you hear a train. We just came from camping, and usually we don't put the trailer, or we bring it in, set it up, don't empty it, and leave it. But I said to my husband, I said, oh, put the trailer down just in case it rains. I don't want to get it wet. I thought, good thing, because it would have been a real mess. So anyway, you never know. We have no control over nature by the grace of God. Alrighty, there's my green. I did my person green. I have to do my beach mat. Oops, I think I have a little tiny wee spot on his face. We'll see how that goes. Okay. I'm going to do the yoga mat in, oh, surprise me here. How about an R81, or not yoga mat, duh. The beach towel mat. Just a couple dots in the R81, and then I will go back with my green Y25. Storm chunky, yeah. My dad used to love watching thunderstorms. I can remember him when we were kids. He'd sit in the house and he'd watch them through the big window that we had at the front. And my mom hated them. My mom would be down in the basement because her mom was the same. So, alrighty. We're going to do RV32 on the dots. There we go. Ready? And I'm going to do the glasses in a dark pink, RV34. Alrighty. That could be yoga on the beach. I'm going to use the make the feet E99 on the feet. And then E97. Oops. Over here. Alrighty. So then the noses, I'm just going to use a little bit of this E97 as well. Alrighty, so basic coloring is, to me, is done. So I wanted to make like a fine sort of like a background, but nothing really fancy. So what I'm going to do, obviously, is going to tape or block off my little stitches. I don't want anything on my stitches, or on my stitched die. I should, there's image. Words are difficult right now. Okay, 1, 2. Pardon my fingers. So we'll do the same. No, I'll do the sky first. No, I'll do the sand first. Decisions are hard too. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to use for my sand. What am I going to use? I'm going to start off with E31, and I'm just going to draw my beach line up here. And then across. And then I'll just fill across here. Doesn't have to be perfect because it's sand. Just make sure I get all the okay. So E31, E33, And again, I'll just run some lines across. No rhyme or reason, just whatever works. I was going to do dots, but I figured that might be a little bit. I might put some dots on this one at the end. Then E35. Oh, darn it. I'm going to do a little quick fix this little guy. There. And then I use E37 for the shadows on the beach. So I'm just going to go along here. And then from here. That looks okay. And then for the sky or beach or whatever we want back there, I'm going to do BG 000. And first of all, I'm going to do this and get rid of my little lines. There we go. Okay, so BG 000. Well, that's kind, Carol. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a little bit different. Anyway, so I'm going to try and go back and forth, but first of all, I'm going to try and get these little areas in here. And I'm not going to worry about too much if it's not quite perfect. So words are hard. I'll just go back and forth just lightly. And just across here. I think that'll work for a sky. Now I have to go back in and adjust my color. Whoops, that was close. Adjust my colors a little bit. So I'm going to go back in with and fix my my baby penguin. The W4. Just go in here a little bit. There we go. That kind of highlights a multitude of issues. And then color his tummy, or mommy's tummy, a little bit with the YR30 because I got some stuff on the tummy as it is. So I'll just do this. I think that's okay. Now I'm noticing that those feet are a little bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Disappearing. So I'm wondering, I need a brighter orange. I'm going to put something bright on them, hopefully, to see if they'll stand out a bit. That's a bit better. Yeah, I added a YR04. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And I'll add it onto my original card too. Yeah, that looks a little better. I added it to my original. And that's the one that I was working on. Okay. Alrighty. So, there is my penguin at the beach. So what I will do is I used this here. I use that as a mat. I'm going to attach my penguin on the mat. There we go. And I have 1 and 2 and 3. So these are my front pieces. Now you can either attach them directly to your card base, which you can do like this. Oops, I'm going to move it back up. How's that? To your card base, or what I did was cut out a small, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a mat, and then attach them to the mat, then attach them to the card base. It does make it a little bit heavier, but okay, so I measured 4 1/8 by 5 1 2 3/8. So it's just 1/8 of an inch less, because it gives that, you can do that, oh, Heather, do another one, 5 1/8, or 5 and, here, try that. There we go. Okay, that's better. I'm finding the humidity is brutal. We don't have the air conditioning on. We're one of these people that we're waiting till we have to. So, and then we're going to see our son tomorrow. So, no sense of putting it on for a day if we're not going to be here for a couple. So, anyway, so I will attach just a little bit inside, like that. And then the other one. Yeah. Yes. Oh, I'm glad, Ellie. Your mind knows what you're going to say, but you just can't get those words out, right? Man, I tell you. All the time. We had grandkids and kids visiting on the weekend, so we had Saturday, my daughter came with her husband and the boys. That was 3 boys, so that was great. And then on Sunday, my one son and my other 2 granddaughters joined them. So we had like the 5 kids and there's 5 grandkids, and then my son, and then his well, whatever, the full house. It was a lot of fun, man. I love them dearly, and I love having them all up. We get so tired. Okay, so there's that's my card base or my mat that I would just attach there. You can use the same color. You can use a different color. You can put it onto a white base if you want to. If you don't have enough colored, words are hard. So what I did with this one is I used string, twine that I had to which is, oh yeah, so I used the blue, this blue, or aqua, whatever, twine string that I had in my stash. And then I think what I'm going to do with this card is I'm going to find my stash, if I can find where I put anything. I tell you, I'm getting caught up with some scrapbooking as well, which I'm really enjoying. But man, no wonder I say I'm going to use what I have. Okay, somewhere I have white. I was going to use white. Is this white? Oh, that's gray. And I talk to myself a lot too, right? There's the white. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I will wrap it around the card a couple of times. Yes, I agree, ladies. I remember my dad used to say, don't let the door hit you on the way out. So, all in good-natured fun, but yeah, I understand. Okay, so wrap it around twice. Now, I tried to put a bow on this. It just, I don't know. I just couldn't get it to look the way I wanted it to, so I'm not going to put a bow on. I think I got to find some gems. But it's a matter of finding the gems I want and getting them on there. Okay, so here's my card. What I will do is cross these over. There. And I'm going to use foam tape, the base of my card, and then a foam tape for oh, you will be exhausted. It actually took me 24 hours after the kids left, literally, before I actually felt like doing anything. Even Eric was exhausted, so, but it's a good tired. As long as you want to keep coming, we'll be here. Alrighty. Trim this. Not. Anyway. Whew. Oops. Okay. So I have this. I'm going to attach it onto my card base. The humidity is brutal right now. It's just, everything feels just slightly damp. I don't know if anybody else finds that or it's just me. Yeah, we can get some pretty long ones too, Carol. I totally understand that one. Alrighty. Okay. So there's my card. I'm going to put this on. Alrighty, so we'll do this. And like I said, I did tie a ribbon, a bow, but I just did not like the look of it. Yeah. So the inside, I stamped "Let's Chill." And I was thinking probably, if I was use your platform, like stamp it in half, like a lighter color and a darker color in the blue, and so it gets it look like that, you know, icicle look. I wanted to find one. So I'm just going to show you what it would look like if. I always think of these things afterwards, right? So we kind of call them squirrels. So anyway, and it won't be exact, but it'll be approximately. So my let's chill. What I could have done is use the light color. It would be better probably with a stamp platform, and then the darker color on the bottom. That's what I should have done. Oops, yeah, because you can hardly even see it. So anyway, so I'm just going to attach my inside. Yeah, it would probably work good with like Lagoon and the Ocean Opulence. All right, so all right, so am I straight? Not quite. Imagine. Oh, maybe the only one around here that does this ripping sound on their cards, just to readjust them. Okay, so I have a glimmer brush somewhere in this mess. I'll put it back. Oh my goodness, I put it back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a little bit of glitter on here. And that gives this little bit of sparkle, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glitter on here. There. Give it a minute to dry. I know. I do know. I have enamel dots of the yin yang. Kind of one of those things, like, you know, you don't really want to use them if you don't have, like, you want to use them, but you don't want to use them. Okay, so these are some well-saved crafty dots. And I think what I will do is put a couple up in here. Or you could use like clear bubbles or brownie ones in the sand. I think I will use, what colors here? Little pink. And medium green. Yeah, I think it's it is more like a summer card, I guess. So, and then we'll get what color on top? Brown, pink, blue, yellow. Be brave. Use orange. There. Alrighty. So, I'll grab some of my other ones. What I'm going to do in this one is I'm going to put some, what do you call it? The clear stuff on. The, not liquid gloss, glossy accents. I think it just broke. Well, my goodness, I think it did. Anyway. Urgh. Well, oh, thanks, Kim. I appreciate that. Anyway, so I'm going to put a little bit of dab on this. And then there. So the glosses can dry. And like I said, I'm just going to grab my opulence ink, turn it around, and I think that every time you make a card, use your stamp, say that you made it. I'm using Ocean Opulence 1, and Ocean Opulence again. Like I said, try the 2-color inks when you stamp. Actually, you know what? I've got the Ocean Opulence, and let's just... Oh, Mermaid Melody. That's what I'm thinking of. Okay, we'll try this one. So, we'll stamp with Ocean Opulence, and then we'll use the darker color on the bottom. That's better. Yeah, that would be better, I think, on the inside of that card. It would give you a cold vibe, I guess. So that was Mermaid Melody and Ocean Opulence. 2 watercolors. And they're colors inspired by the ocean. Yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to add a little bit of bling to this card. And this card is done. Thank you for joining me. Hope you can make the card yourself. Do whatever you want. Have fun with it. Dig out through some of your papers and find out what you've got in there. And use up your stash to make some beautiful cards. Use some Kimmie stamps. And any questions, just reach out. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. And we'll talk to y'all soon. I hope you're all in for that summer mermaid treasures retreat coming up soon too. Take care, everybody. See ya. Bye.